Ah, the trusty phone. It's practically glued to our hands these days. Waiting in line, phone, commercial break, phone. Family dinner? You guessed it, phone. We've become so accustomed to these pocket-sized companions that it's almost second nature to reach for them at the slightest hint of boredom or downtime. Think back to the early days of the iPhone. It was revolutionary, but let's be honest, it wasn't exactly bursting with entertainment options. A few texts, a call here and there, maybe a game of Snake if you were feeling adventurous. Now, fast forward to today, and our phones are like mini universes in our pockets. We can scroll through endless social media feeds, binge watch entire seasons of our favorite shows, and even order groceries without ever leaving the couch. It's no wonder we're constantly glued to them. But why are we so drawn to these devices? Sure, they're convenient and entertaining, but is there something deeper at play? Perhaps it's the fear of missing out, the constant need to stay connected, or simply the allure of endless distraction. Whatever the reason, it's clear that our phones have become an integral part of our lives, for better or for worse. The answer lies in a combination of factors: technological advancements, clever marketing strategies, and our own intense human curiosity. Our phones evolved, offering increasingly captivating experiences, while social media platforms perfected the art of keeping us hooked with endless feeds and notifications. And let's face it, we humans are naturally curious creatures. We crave novelty, connection, and the thrill of discovering something new. But what does the future hold? Will we continue down this path of content addiction, or will we find a way to strike a healthier balance? It's hard to say for sure, but one thing is certain: the battle for our attention will only intensify. Tech companies will continue to innovate, creating even more immersive and addictive experiences. It won't be easy, but it's essential if we want to reclaim control of our time and attention. Behind the scenes, there's a whole army of tech wizards working tirelessly to keep you hooked on your phone. They're not just randomly throwing features together hoping something sticks. Oh no, these folks are masters of manipulation, studying your every move and understanding the human mind better than we understand ourselves. From the moment you reach for your phone in the morning haze to the mindless app opening reflex, it's all been carefully engineered. Those social media giants have turned their platforms into virtual slot machines, with every refresh offering a chance for that sweet, sweet dopamine hit. Now, let's talk about dopamine. It's become the most popular scapegoat on the internet, blamed for everything from Netflix binges to putting things off until later. But here's the thing: dopamine isn't just about pleasure. It's about anticipation, the thrill of the chase, the possibility of reward. And those app designers know how to tap into that primal urge, keeping us scrolling, liking, and sharing in an endless loop. Let's take a step back in time, to those pre-iPhone days. Remember when a stroll through the park or quality time with loved ones was enough to get those dopamine receptors firing? It was a simpler time, when life's little pleasures were enough to keep us content. But then along came the iPhone, with its endless stream of notifications, likes, and shares. Suddenly, our brains were exposed to a whole new level of dopamine stimulation. And while the total amount of dopamine we experience hasn't changed, our tolerance for it has skyrocketed. It's like we've been spoiled by a never-ending buffet of digital delights. Those once enjoyable activities now seem a bit bland in comparison. The park is nice, but have you seen the latest viral TikTok? Family time is great, but wouldn't you rather scroll through Instagram? It's a bit like eating too much candy. At first, it's a delightful treat, but eventually your taste buds become numb, and nothing else seems sweet enough. So what's the solution? Well, it's not about completely abandoning technology. It's about finding a balance, rediscovering the beauty in the ordinary, and training our brains to appreciate the less flashy swings on the playground. Right now, it's like we're constantly on a dopamine treadmill, needing more and more stimulation to even feel normal. We can't even enjoy a quiet moment without some background noise or a second screen to distract us. It's a clear sign that our baseline for pleasure has shifted dramatically. Just 16 years after the iPhone's debut, many of us already find life without tech unbearable. Imagine what another 50 years might bring. It's a chilling prospect, a future where we're so dependent on digital stimulation that we're unable to find joy in the simple things. While halting technological progress is neither feasible nor desirable, we can certainly strive for a healthier relationship with it. It's about recognizing the addictive nature of technology and setting boundaries. It's about consciously choosing to disconnect and engage with the real world. It's not going to be easy. The tech industry is incredibly powerful, constantly vying for our attention, but we have the power to make choices. We can choose to put down our phones, step away from the screens, and rediscover the beauty of the present moment. The winds of change are blowing. It's like a collective sigh of relief as we see the rise of genuine content podcasts with real conversations, people just being themselves on camera. It's a breath of fresh air in a world saturated with curated perfection. Social media was supposed to be the bridge, but somewhere along the way, it morphed into a digital mirage, offering a hollow imitation of connection. Remember those early days of social media, when it was actually about catching up with friends and sharing life's moments? Now, it's more about likes, filters, and carefully constructed facades. But here's the good news: people are waking up. We're tired of the endless scroll, the meaningless noise, the highlight reels that leave us feeling inadequate. So let's take a step back. Let's put down our phones, close our laptops, and engage with the world around us. Let's have real conversations, spend time with loved ones, and rediscover the joy of being present. It's not about quitting technology altogether, it's about finding a healthier balance. And it's crucial, not just for our own well-being, but for the generations to come. Let's create a world where our children aren't slaves to screens but are empowered to connect, create, and thrive in the real world. And so, keeping all of this in mind, it all boils down to a simple question: what matters more? The convenience of having those apps at your fingertips, or a better future for your children? Do you want them to inherit a world filled with genuine connection and wonder, or one dominated by the glow of screens? The decision ultimately rests with you. If you found this video thought-provoking, please consider liking and subscribing for more content like this. Let's work together to create a better digital future for ourselves and generations to come.